Fear. It's there. Right now. Whispering in your ear. Telling you to stop. Telling you you're not enough. That the mountain's too high. The fight's too hard. The dream's too far. It's a shadow, creeping through your mind, tightening its grip around your chest. You feel it. I know you do. That cold, heavy weight pulling you back, chaining you to the ground when you were born to rise. But hear me now. Fear won't stop you. Not today. Not ever. Because you're stronger than that voice. You're forged in fire, built for battle, and destined for more than a life spent running from shadows. This isn't about ignoring fear. No. It's about staring it down. It's about standing toe-to-toe with that beast and saying, "You don't own me." Fear isn't your master, it's your signal. It's the alarm that wakes you up, the spark that ignites your soul, the call to arms that demands you step into the fight. You weren't made to cower. You weren't carved from weakness. You're here, breathing, alive, because somewhere deep inside, there's a force that refuses to break. And today, you're going to unleash it. Think about it. Every hero you've ever admired, every legend who's left their mark on this world, they all faced fear. The soldier charging into the unknown, the explorer sailing past the edge of the map, the dreamer who dared to build something no one else could see. They weren't fearless. They were relentless. They felt the same trembling in their bones, the same racing pulse you feel right now. But they moved anyway. They stepped through the fire because they knew the truth. Fear is a liar. It screams that you'll fall, that you'll fail, that you're not enough. But every time you've pushed past it, every time you've stood up when the world tried to knock you down, you've proven it wrong. You've shown it who you really are. You're not here to live small. You're not here to shrink back, to let the days slip through your fingers while fear calls the shots. You're here to claim something bigger, to carve your name into the stone of time, to build a life that echoes long after you're gone. And that starts with this moment. Right now. This breath. This heartbeat. Fear is knocking at your door, daring you to stay still. But you're not staying still. You're not backing down. You're stepping forward, because fear won't stop you. Look at your life. Look at where you've been. You've already survived more than you give yourself credit for. The nights you thought you wouldn't make it through, the battles you fought when no one else could see, the weight you carried when it should have crushed you. You're still here, standing, breathing. That's not luck. That's not chance. That's you. That's the steel in your spine, the fire in your blood, the unyielding will that says, "I'm not done yet." Fear tried to bury you then, and it failed. It's trying again now, and it's going to fail again. Because you're not just surviving, you're rising. The Stoics knew this. Men like Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire while wrestling his own doubts, understood that fear isn't the enemy, it's the test. He wrote in the dark hours, surrounded by chaos, that what stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle isn't there to stop you, it's there to shape you, to sharpen you, to force you to become the person who can overcome it. Fear isn't a wall, it's a forge, and every time you face it, every time you refuse to let it win, you come out stronger, harder, unbreakable. So what's it going to be? Are you going to let fear dictate your story? Are you going to let it keep you chained to a life that's less than you deserve? Or are you going to take the reins? Are you going to stand up, look that shadow in the eye and say, "Not today"? Because the truth is you've got everything you need already. It's not out there in some distant future, waiting for the stars to align. It's in you, right now. The courage, the strength, the power to move mountains. Fear can scream all it wants. It can't drown out the truth of who you are. This is your fight, your moment. The world doesn't get to decide your limits. You do. And deep down, you know that. You've always known it. That's why you're still here, still pushing, still dreaming. Fear won't stop you because it never has. It's just noise, a distraction, a fleeting shadow that vanishes the second you step into the light. And that light is yours to claim. It's been waiting for you since the day you were born. Picture it. That version of you, the one who doesn't flinch, who doesn't falter, who doesn't bow, the one who wakes up every morning ready to fight, ready to build, ready to win. That's not a fantasy. That's not a distant hope, that's you. It's the you that's been buried under doubt, under hesitation, under the lies fear keeps whispering. But it's breaking free now. You can feel it. That fire stirring in your chest, that pulse quickening in your veins. It's telling you to move, to act, to rise. Fear wants you to believe you're weak. It wants you to think the battle's already lost. But you're not weak. You're not defeated. You're a force, a storm. A warrior who's been through hell and come out swinging. You've got scars, sure. You've got wounds. But those aren't signs of failure. They're proof of your power. Proof that you've faced the dark and walked away stronger. Fear doesn't get to rewrite that story. You do. So what's holding you back? That dream you've been carrying, that goal you've buried, that life you've been too afraid to chase. Why are you still waiting? Fear's got no answer for that. It's got no power when you decide to move. When you decide that today's the day you stop listening to the noise and start listening to the voice inside. The one that's been screaming for you to stand up, to fight back, to take what's yours. You're not here to play small. You're not here to sit on the sidelines. You're here to dominate, to conquer, to rise. Every step you take through fear is a victory. Every moment you refuse to quit is a rebellion. You're not just surviving this, you're rewriting the rules. You're showing the world what happens when someone decides they're done being afraid, done being held back, done being anything less than everything they were born to be. Fear won't stop you because it can't. It's a ghost, a shadow, and you're the light that burns it away. This is bigger than you think. This isn't just about today, or this week, or this year. This is about the legacy you leave behind. The story they'll tell about you when you're gone. Will it be a story of someone who let fear win? Someone who shrank back? Who settled? Who let the shadows call the shots? Or will it be the story of a warrior, a titan? Someone who faced the dark and said, "You don't get to decide my fate." That's the choice in front of you. That's the power in your hands. You've got one life, one shot, one chance to make it count. And fear's betting you'll waste it. It's betting you'll sit there, paralyzed, letting the days slip by while the fire inside you fades. But I'm betting on you. I'm betting on the strength you haven't even tapped yet, the will you haven't fully unleashed, the greatness you haven't even begun to claim. Fear won't stop you because it doesn't stand a chance. Not against you, not against the force you're about to become. So here's what you do. You stand up. Right now, you take a deep breath, feel the ground beneath your feet, and you decide. You decide that fear's done running your life. You decide that today's the day you start running toward something, toward the dream, toward the fight, toward the you that's been waiting to break free. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect moment. You just need this moment. This one. The one where you say, enough. Fear's going to scream. It's going to claw at you, pull at you, try to drag you back, but you're not going back. You're moving forward. One step, then another, and with every step that shadow gets smaller. With every move that voice gets quieter. With every fight you get stronger. You're not just overcoming fear, you're outgrowing it. You're becoming something it can't touch, something it can't hold, something it can't stop. This is your rebellion, your revolution, your declaration that fear's reign is over. You're not its prisoner anymore, you're its conqueror. You're the one who decides what comes next. You're the one who writes the ending. And it's not going to be an ending of regret, or surrender, or silence. It's going to be an ending of triumph, of power, of a life lived loud and fearless and free. Fear won't stop you. Not because it's gone, because you're greater than it. You always have been, you always will be. So rise, fight, win, This is your time. This is your life. And nothing, not fear, not doubt, not the weight of the world, is going to stand in your way. You've got this. You've always had this. Now go take it.